Hey guys, Zizzac here. I know it's been a long time again. I'm still trying to get settled into my new job and get a lot of stuff going on, but they surprised me at Toys R Us the other night, and I had to get one. Quick story time. I know you want to see it, but hang on. B-Daman is something I grew up with back when I was a kid. Me and my friend were really addicted to it, and we would we had all the different kinds. We went and bought like the extras of the marbles, so we had like 100 of the marbles, and we would just like spend all summer outside by his pool, setting up games by the pool. It was great. So beat 'em all was really special to me, and I was really happy that they were finally bringing this over from Japan. Now in Japan, this is called Crossfight beat 'em on. Uh, in Japan, they're little 10-minute episodes. I think there's actually a full 52 episode series, but they're only 10 minutes. It's a toy anime. It's pretty simple stuff. It's pretty good from what I've seen of it. But anyways, Hasbro is making it Crossfire beat 'em on, which kind of just gets the old Crossfire board game song stuck in my head. But whatever. These are pretty different from the Japanese ones, but not too terribly much. It's actually surprisingly similar, but I'll get into that as I actually get it open. Here's a package for it. Really quick, you're going to see all over this things to go to B-Daman.com and scan the code and the mobile app and all that. None of that's out right now. The app is not there. If you try and look for B-Daman, you're going to find some kind of Japanese Crossfight B-Daman app. It's going to be completely Japanese. It's not this one. And the website is up, battlebeatdaman.com, or beatdamanbattles.com. It's got information on the toys and like a couple little clips of the show. But the online game is up, but you can see at the very bottom it says development build, and for every time I've tried it there's no text and the game never loads, so that's not really officially up yet either. But anyways, this was about, I want to say it was $9.99 at Toys R Us. They didn't have the big arena set, which should be about $30. I'll get that eventually as soon as I can. But beat 'em on Crossfire, and what's actually cool is it actually says B-Daman in Japanese katakana down there. This is Thunder Dracyan. I think I'm saying it right. He's a power type. Not too much really going on the front, and not really a whole lot going on the back either. It's got a picture of the Japanese Thunder Dracyan right there, and we'll see why in a second. One of their catchphrases is total target obliteration. You see that everywhere. Thunder Dracyan power type. He has the Axel core. Nowhere on the box or the packaging or the website. Well, the website tells you what that means. You just have to know from the Japanese one. He's got a bunch of power, a little precision, and not a lot of rapid fire. And then it says amp up your arsenal, and that's the Break Bomber Battlefield Arena set thing. And then apparently you can have, there's a mobile app and then the online game. You scan it with their phone or iPod or whatever, or you can type in the code online. And apparently the card inside can be used for some kind of AR thing to show the bee animal, whatever it's called. So yeah, so I've already opened this up and messed with it. I just put it back in there so you can see. But inside in the back of it, there's a little baggie, and in that baggie is going to be your card, which has the spirit bee animal. I haven't really gotten that far in the show, but that's Thunder Dracyan right there. And then on the back is the code, which I haven't put in yet, so you can't steal it. But yeah, if you go to the website, it says come back in August to enter in the codes. This is the trigger, which we'll have to assemble in a second. That's a QR code. I'll get to that in a second too. And then you got your really, really basic instructions. Beat 'em on Crossfire. And it tells you how to put his trigger in, put a marble in the back of his head, and shoot him. And it says that you can take apart his arms and legs and head, and stuff for the online thing. Very simple. And so you get Thunder Dracyan, your tool, one target, an ultra beta, and a regular beta. Apparently they're calling the marbles betas instead of B-Daman like they originally were. I don't know. But something right away different is the Japanese ones are actually model kits that you build. These are not. These come pretty much fully assembled in the package. The only thing you have to do is put the trigger in. All the stickers are already applied, he's already bolted up, and he's ready to go out of the package, pretty much. So that's something that's quite different. Apparently, the second season of the B-Daman in Japan, I think it's Crossfire B-Daman S, it's like E capital S. Theirs come like this, where it's already put together and you just assemble it. But for the original ones, they were models, so there's that. And we'll get to differences with him in a second. So you get your tool, which is this weird plastic Phillips screwdriver. And it has another peg down here, and these are spots for bolts, but you can set them in there, but they'll just fall out. I don't really get what that's for. You get one weird looking target, which I don't know if this is supposed to connect to something later on or something, but it's a little target, and you can put the marbles inside to weigh it down to make it harder to knock over. And you got your two marbles. Now, something else that's different from the originals and the Japanese one is the originals and the Japanese one have clear glass marbles, which are really nice, and I tried my hardest to find my old B-Daman to compare with this guy, but I couldn't. But they were really nice looking, pretty see-through blue marbles, which were glass. I never, in the whole time I've had my B-Daman, I never broke a ball or cracked it or anything, but I guess they were, Hasbro thought better safe than sorry. So this time you get rubber ball bearings. There is metal inside. They feel, as far as I can tell, the same weight as the glass ones, but they're coated in plastic, really soft plastic, really close to rubber. So you get these instead of the really nice glass ones, which is cool and kind of sucks at the same time. But you get a regular one, which is actually gray. The camera's making it look black, and it has a little, you can kind of see it there, a little Crossfire logo, or Crossfire, I guess, logo etched into it. Then you have an Ultra Beta, which is just blue, doesn't have any etching, but it's got Thunder Dracyan's dragon symbol there. So, yeah, those are just kind of all over the place, aren't they? Let's put this in real quick, see if I can do it with one hand. So there's just a slot here this goes into, and it says to squeeze the prongs together, but you don't really have to get it to go in, and that's it. So now he's ready to go. So the Japanese one is actually pretty similar to this. I never got the Japanese one. I was really going to, but never got around to it. The stickers pretty much look identical to me. The plastic looks pretty much the same. The main difference is his core here, where this is like a gray. In the Japanese one, it was chromed. It was plastic chromed over. It looked really cool. Another thing that's different is you can see it looks like there's a part of a sticker missing here. That's because on the Japanese releases, there was a sticker here and a sticker here that weren't QR codes, but they essentially were the same thing. And your Japanese B-Daman also came with an optional foot piece that you could take off and put on these new feet. And in Japan, they had an arcade game where you would plug this into the arcade game, and a camera would read the code here and tell which head you were using and which core you were using. And you could play an arcade game with your B-Daman, with your actual B-Daman toy, which is really cool. So America obviously doesn't do arcades anymore, so they have the QR code here instead, and they've tried to work in the online thing. I don't know how that works, it's not out yet. But the actual other sticker up there, they just kind of left it blank, which kind of looks weird. You can see on the box, that's pretty much what the QR code was on the Japanese one. But he looks pretty cool. Unlike the Battle B-Daman, these guys do not move at all. Their feet don't move, the arms don't move up and down. The head doesn't move, which is good because it means they're really solid, easy to hold on to, and you can grab them anywhere and shoot them. Really nice. So, one of the things about these is you can customize them, and by customize you can pretty much take off their arms, legs, and head and switch everything around if you want to. You can see it's got these red bolt screw things on each arm and 2 on the feet. And what you do is you take the screwdriver. You can use an actual Phillips screwdriver too. You don't have to have the tool. But you can use the screwdriver part or the actual peg hole part. Doesn't matter which. And let's see how much I can do with one hand. Come on. Okay, so that's that one out. So there's an arm. Come on. Apologize if this is the first video you've ever seen of me. I don't have a stand, so I have to do everything with one hand, and so we get some nice shots like this. And you got 2 on his feet. Come on. Come on. Okay, movie magic. Okay. Sorry about that. So the feet are off, and then the head, he's got 2 clamps essentially back here, and then a piece that just sits under this front piece. So you essentially pull it from the back. Come on. I don't want to do any more movie magic, please. Might have to. There we go. No. Come on. There we go. So the head can come off. See, it's got 2 clamps back here, and then a piece that just rests under the front there. So there's him fully disassembled. And in Japan, since you have to build everything, the core would actually split in half too. This one doesn't on its own. There are 2 tiny screws here. Phillips has screwdrivers. So if you had a small screwdriver, you could unscrew this and take it apart, but legitimately it doesn't come apart. So give me a movie magic second, and let me put them back together. I wish I had a tripod. Again, really sorry about this. Okay. Now, the way you put the head on the nice way is to put that lip in first. Like that. And then you can push the back pieces down. And it goes on like that. That's pretty much it. I guess I'll show you some shooting. So I'm going to set the target up back there. Now, he is a power type. Essentially, what makes him a power type is... Let me see if I can get the lighting in there. You see this bottom red piece? That black piece right above it is actually a strip of rubber. So what that means is when you put the marble in and shoot it, it's going to cause the marble to roll forward, which gives it more power. So that's what makes him a power type. And the way you shoot a marble is just take one, put it in the back of his head like that, and then you just push the trigger. Like that. These shoot pretty hard. You can see it just obliterated that. He is a power type, but it seems like even without that little spin, they shoot really hard. You heard that spin, actually, wow. And something I forgot to mention is these have a Pseudo Safety on them. You can see this little piece of plastic hanging down here. What that is these 2 red pieces are connected to the 2 clamps in here that grip the marble, and when you push this, that's what makes them shoot out. So when you push the marble and that goes through, these will push inward like that. So in theory, let me get a marble. If I lifted him off the table and shot him without having him on the table, he should shoot less powerful. So, you still heard it spin. He still shoots very powerful. It's supposed to be that that little piece will push this, you can see it kind of come up right there, push a piece of plastic in between those two to give more resistance when you shoot to make it more powerful, as like a safety. So they're kind of encouraging you to keep it on the table and shoot on the table instead of taking it around and shooting your sister in the eye or something. But it doesn't really work. Still shoots very powerful without it. So, that's pretty much it. A very long first video on these guys. I'll be getting some more eventually. I don't know how frequently I'll be getting them. But I'd like to get the actual arena so I can actually, you know, play against someone. But I think that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions, just leave a comment or message me and I'll try and get back to you. And be expecting some more stuff coming up soon. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a nice day.